Alright, I don't usually do this, but it's been a ton of discussion, a ton of shit about the Oscars, about people not getting nominated because of the color of their skin. You know who I'm talking about. You know I'm talking about Will Smith. You know I'm talking about Spike Lee. And there's other people who are taking that stance right now. Kind of pissing me off, actually. Out of all the people who shouldn't be bitching, it's Will Smith. Will Smith is a fucking phenomenal actor. Absolutely amazing. Forget Independence Day. Forget Suicide Squad, shit like that. Remember 9 Pounds? Fucking phenomenal. You know what he wasn't in Concussion? Fucking phenomenal. You know what he was in Concussion? Good. Good doesn't cut it at that level. Will Smith has done better before. Will Smith will do better again. But it's not this year. On the Spike Lee thing, just because your name is Spike Lee and you make some social commentary movie that actually isn't the best work you've ever done, just because your name is Spike Lee, you do not get a fucking Oscar nomination for being named Spike Lee. You've gotten your Oscar nominations for the work that was much better than this. I don't see Tarantino bitching that he didn't get the screenwriting for Hateful Eight. A lot of people think that he deserved it. I don't think so. I love me some Hateful Eight. Great movie. Loved every minute of it. One of those fun movies of the last year. Definitely deserves some nominations. Very good movie. But there is nothing in that movie to me that rivals Christopher Waltz's performance in Inglourious Basterds. Nothing. There's some great moments in there, but when we're talking top of the game, that moment there, Christopher Waltz, the few dialogues that he had in that movie, phenomenal, and set the tone, and things that were going on in those scenes, in the background, in the foreground, the way that the camera was done, added to those moments. And if you look back at the history there, they got the recognition that they deserve for that, at least with the nominations. They absolutely did. But even Quentin Tarantino's name does not guarantee him an Oscar nomination for the Hateful Eight screenwriting, even though it is good. But that's what it is this year. It's good. It's not great. Not great whatsoever. You want to compare Will Smith to the other actors who are nominated? I'm not the biggest Eddie Redmayne fan, but my God, he deserves that. You watch that movie, you're not thinking that's Eddie Redmayne dressed up. You're thinking, damn, what is going on with that girl? That's what you're thinking. Revenant, you got fucking Leonardo DiCaprio on the screen. The whole time I'm not thinking that that's Leo. The whole time his performance is insane. Top of the game. It's not good. It's fucking great. That's why he got nominated. I'm watching Concussion, and Will Smith takes me out of that movie. This is the exact same thing that Janet Hubert said. It truly is. Like, I'm not going to go into what goes on behind the scenes of Hollywood. I'm not that person. I'm the guy that watches movies. I'm the guy that really enjoys movies. I can sit there through Brooklyn and enjoy it for what it is. But Concussion, that is not Will Smith's best performance. He doesn't deserve an Oscar nomination for that. Benicio. People are up in arms that Benicio didn't get it for I don't even know how to pronounce it. Cesario, whatever it is. I watched that movie, and without going into too many spoilers, up until the part where they're crossing over the border was fucking phenomenal. From then out, it was dick and fart jokes the rest of the fucking movie, Benicio included. No nomination there. That dude's done so much other great stuff, and he's one of the people that I don't see bitching. I see people bitching on his behalf. Not needed. I don't think that this is a race issue. People want to turn it into that, but numbers have been run. I'm not going to quote sources because they're all fucking over. But there was a great thread on Reddit in the movie section the other day that basically broke down the population percentages. And the Oscar nominations based on the race of the person nominated were directly in line with the proportional population that they represent. Now, those numbers fluctuate. They fluctuate from year to year. I believe, like, even last year's, excuse me, seemed like a little bit more. We had the Selma, which was really up there, getting a ton of nods for everybody, and that really broke home. What pisses me off this year is that from that, people are latching on. Like, it just, the performances were not there to justify the nominations that these people believe they deserve. Because your name's Will Smith, you don't automatically get a bye if you do some independent Academy Award type of movie. You don't just get a bye. You're not automatically nominated. If your name's Spike Lee, you don't just make a movie and expect that to just automatically get you nominations and critical acclaim. Because honestly, Chirac wasn't that great. Huge fan of shit like Malcolm X and whatnot, but Chirac is a good movie. Good. What pisses me off, and another person that I haven't mentioned yet, and this is what people should be pissed about. Idris Elba in Beasts of No Nation did not get a nomination. Actually, Beasts of No Nation, directed by Kariyoji Fukunaga, same guy who's done a ton of amazing stuff now, my favorite being the True Detective Season 1. My god, Episode 4, watch that shit. 0 nominations. That is one of the few movies that has stuck with me throughout the entire year. Since it came out, beginning of October, I guess, on Netflix. Every performance in that fucking movie deserved a fucking nomination. And everybody in that movie's black. That is not a race thing whatsoever, and these are the people who should be pissed. The reason they weren't nominated is because they're on Netflix. That is not the establishment. That is not the Academy. They're on Netflix. You're telling me, if you've seen the movie, no spoilers, but you're telling me Tripod didn't fucking deserve a nomination? That dude made that fucking movie. Like, he was the few moments where, like, through all that shit that was going on, you could give a little smile at. I'm gonna forget the boy's name because I'm just doing this. This is just off the top of my head. This is really pissing me off. The little guy who just, for the first time ever acting in a movie, it just takes him on to be like his protege while they're on the set there. Teaches that kid everything that he needs to know. And in the few months that they worked on that kid put in one of the best performances, so much better than fucking Will Smith's. So much. Idris. That guy's on fucking fire. If you haven't watched the Vice documentary on Liberia, you need to watch it right now because that character is based on General Butt Naked. And I don't think anyone's actually confirmed that shit, but my god, watch that documentary and you will know exactly who it's about. That is the movie I had been waiting my whole life to see, and I hadn't known about it. And he deserved something for that. And the reason that he didn't get that was not based on race. That was based on Academy bullshit. That's the Academy bullshit that's happening right now. The people who are bitching, thinking that they should have got a nomination based on their performance, based on their production, that was good? No. Those people have no right. Better luck next year or the year after. You will be back, Spike Lee. You will be back, Will Smith. Benicio, you're a fucking amazing. You'll be back too. But not one of you actually deserved it this year. None of the Will Smith or the Benicio, and I don't even like the guy. I don't like the performance, but they hold nothing against what Redmayne did. They've got nothing. At least Leonardo pulled off a fucking accent of choking the whole time and didn't take you out of the movie thinking, oh, he's trying real hard at that. I felt for the dude. Something I didn't feel for Will Smith in Concussion. The real travesty here is not based on race. It is based on Academy bullshit. And Beasts of No Nation was entirely shut out because of that. Regardless of your stance on race, if you've got a stance on good movies, I think you can appreciate that point of view. With 10 spots for Best Picture and only 8 being used, they could have used one for Beasts. And a lot of people behind that, including Carrie, including the kid, and including Idris, deserve something for that. That movie is a fucking great movie. So really, like, that's all that I want to say. I don't believe that this is based on race. I am the guy at home who enjoys movies. And I liked the ones that people are bitching about. But if The Revenant didn't get going, what's Alejandro? I believe he's Mexican, so score some points there. Like, if they were really doing that, he never would have got cinematography or director. It's not happening as much as people... Excuse me. Pizza. Not happening as much as people want to think it is, but they want to make a statement based on numbers, getting down to the numbers again, that are consistent with real life. So people need to get out of Hollywood, get their heads down to earth again. They are not the pinnacle this year. People who genuinely put through an amazing performance and an amazing production package were overlooked because of politics. But these are not the people. It is not the Will Smith. It is not the Spike Lee. And it's not the Benicio. It's the people who don't abide by the system. Those are the people that we should be crying out for and making a fuss about. Because I think a lot of people will agree with me that that performance was overlooked on multiple levels. So, to each their own, but this is just making me mad because the movies were good, they were not great, and there were movies that are great this year that have been overlooked. I'm going to post this. I'm going to post it raw. I'm not too worried about whatever y'all want to say. East or west, north or south, doesn't matter. Just put your comments in there. Let me know what you think. This is obviously my opinion. Not everyone's going to agree with it, but I do believe people are making more of a situation that doesn't need to be made of. And I really, truly believe that Netflix, Carrie, Idris, they got fucked this year. Way more than any of these other people who are bitching, lining their fucking pockets. Netflix went out and made a fucking movie. A real fucking movie. Peace.